guys, so today I want to show you a dress which I got from Dark and Love. This is a brand which I've seen popping up in loads of different kind of like alternative and gothic stores, but I've never kind of taken the plunge and invested in one of these dresses. Now I did actually find this one on eBay for about £10 cheaper than what it is on like the online stores, so I will link the exact one which I bought down below. As I said, the make is Dark and Love, and they make these gorgeous, almost kind of Victorian style dresses, and I just fell in love as soon as I saw this one. Now, as with everything of this kind of style, they are slightly more expensive. I think I ended up paying between £70 and £80 for this dress, but I did actually buy it as like an occasion dress to wear to a certain thing. If any of you saw my Boohoo haul, you probably would have picked up on the fact I was looking for some kind of formal lace dress. And after the one from Boohoo failed, I ended up splashing out on one of these ones, which is a completely different style, but I just couldn't resist because it is just so gorgeous. I'm going to show you elements of this dress first, and then I'm going to go into a few little problems which I encountered in the process of actually getting this dress. The dress does have some little straps. They are stretchy straps, and they do also have an adjuster on it, so you can make them shorter or longer as you desire. There are also these little clips at the front and the back of this dress as well, so you can take the straps off and have it just as kind of like a strapless dress. So this dress has a sweetheart neckline, and it has this nice kind of like frilly stuff around the outside of it, and then it kind of has the main boob section which has nice pleating and stuff here, so it does look really flattering when it goes on. And it also means that this band is created around the middle, which gives a very flattering look. Now I'm going to swatch over to the back of the dress. On the back it does actually have a clear lace panel, which does have a little bit of stretch to it as well, and it does have this kind of corsety thing going down it. Now as for the dress, this is my only complaint. I don't really like the string that they've used to corset this dress up, and I just feel it's not to like as nice a standard as the rest of it. But what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to get a black silk ribbon and just swatch this out for like a nice black ribbon so it looks really pretty down the back. I will insert a clip now of what it looks like with a ribbon. So back to the front of the dress, it is a slightly high-low dress, so it's slightly shorter at the front and longer at the back, but it's not like a crazy different height, it's just enough to kind of give it a little bit more volume. The dress itself consists of various different layers of lace, and all of them have been really nicely trimmed. The last layer is a more sort of see-through lace, and then actually underneath there is this nice kind of thicker silk lining just to make sure that nothing is seen. And on top of each of these like little silky and lace ruffles, there's this little flowery pattern which kind of finishes the whole thing off and gives it a very, very elegant look. This dress does also have a sash either side which can be tied up at the back in a nice sort of big bow, which to me gives it a little bit more of like a Victorian look to it. The last sort of feature to this dress is that it does have a hidden zip all the way down the side, so it is super easy to get on, and it also means that it does create a very nice fitted look when it is on. Pretty much impossible to see how gorgeous this dress is when I'm holding it up, so I'm going to insert some clips now just so that you can see what it looks like on and see some of the really amazing fine details which it has. see, this is an absolutely beautiful dress. I am in love with it so much. But I did want to tell you a few of the little things which I experienced during my buying process. So as I said, I did actually buy this off of eBay, and this is the second one of these dresses which I got. Firstly, I wanted to mention the size. I am usually between a size 12 and a size 14. So I naturally went for a size 14 just because I have heard that these come out a little bit small. Now for Dark in Love, their size 14 translates to an extra large, which usually in the UK would be a large. So already I've had to size up one. Now the first dress which I got in an extra large was just a smidgen bit too tight, especially around the bust. So this one is in an XXL, and I have to admit this is the first piece of clothing I've ever had to buy in an XXL, and it is officially a size 16. I'm pretty confident in the fact that I am not a size 16 because none of my other clothes are in that size, so I definitely 100% recommend, if you're buying this dress or a dress from Dark in Love, definitely think about sizing up. This dress fits absolutely perfectly, and although they do have a bit of stretch in them, they are very structured. See, there isn't much give in it if it does feel a bit tight. And also the thing with this dress, because of the little sashes that come off the side, you can really cinch yourself in at the waist if you need to anyway. If you are slightly worried that it's going to be a little bit baggy around the waist, that is really not a problem with this dress. And in all honesty, the bottom part of the dress flows a lot nicer in this bigger size. Now the second problem which I had with this dress was actually nothing to do with the eBay seller, it was actually to do with the brand. I got this off of a seller on eBay called Violent Delights, and they just sell various different gothic clothing but at a tiny bit cheaper price, which is really handy, especially if you're a student. And they ship it out in the original packaging from Dark in Love. So when I got my first dress, I was super excited. I tried it on and I went to tie the bow at the back and it was missing this sash, so I only had one on this side, and I was really confused. I was starting to think, like, is there some kind of way of doing this? Like, is there a loop or something on the side? It was driving me insane, and I was looking at all the pictures thinking, I'm pretty sure that there's two sashes on this dress. I took it off, I checked it all over, and one of the sashes were just missing. So it ended up with just this one sash hanging down and there was no way of tying it. I did contact the company, and honestly, Violent Delights have the best customer service I have ever encountered in my life. I sent them an email just telling them the sash was missing on one side because it is actually sewn onto the dress. It's not kind of the sashes where it's sort of separate and just goes through loops. These are fully sewn on. So I said to them, it doesn't look like there's a hole, it just looks like it's been forgotten. So they looked at the pictures and then they went and got another dress from their storage, opened it all up and were like, yep, it is meant to have two sashes. So I ended up packaging up my other dress and sending it back. I sent it recorded delivery, but they did refund me literally the day of which I sent it. As soon as I showed them the receipt for sending it with the tracking number, I was refunded, and I was sent this one within 2 days. So I think there was a 3-day period between when I received the faulty dress and then I got this one back. I have to say it was almost a blessing that the sash bit was missing because it meant that I was able to size up as well. All around it ended up being a very positive experience. I not only got a better dress because it has two sashes, but also because it fits me slightly better. It's very rare that I would recommend any clothing that is that expensive, because for someone who doesn't have much money, I know how extortionate spending £70 to £80 is on a piece of clothing compared to how much more stuff you could get probably for that price. But honestly, the quality of this dress is amazing. All the little attention to detail, everything's been lined. Also a really nice feeling material. It doesn't feel like plasticky or horrible. It can really easily be paired with like a long cardigan. I'm actually planning to wear mine with a bolero, but I also have this amazing shawl which I will be featuring in one of my Depop hauls, which also goes really nicely with it. So it kind of depends entirely what you dress it up with as to how kind of the finished look looks as such. I will link this dress down below for you. I cannot recommend it enough. It is slightly pricey, but it is definitely worth it. If you have any questions or comments, please do leave them down below. If it's sunny where you are, I hope you're enjoying the shade, and I'll see you next time. Bye!